Welcome to Charles Travels, the show where we explore the fascinating world around us, one story at a time. I'm your host, Charles, and I'm delighted to have you join me on this journey of discovery. As we embark on today's adventure, let's take a step back from the bustling streets and immerse ourselves in a tale that will make you think twice about that late-night ice cream craving. You see, my friends, there's a fascinating connection between our dreams and the food we eat before bedtime. A recent study has shed light on the intriguing relationship between dairy consumption and nightmares. Yes, you heard that right. Eating dairy before bed might just give you those terrifying dreams you'd rather forget. As I delved into this story, I found myself wandering through the rolling hills of rural America, where the sun sets over vast pastures and dairy farms dot the landscape. It's a world where the sound of cowbells and the smell of fresh milk are an integral part of everyday life. But, as it turns out, that same milk might be playing tricks on our minds while we sleep. The research suggests that people with lactose intolerance are more likely to experience nightmares after consuming dairy products before bedtime. The theory is that the discomfort and digestive issues caused by lactose intolerance can stir us awake or disrupt our dreams, leading to those unsettling nighttime visions. Now, I know what you're thinking. What about those of us who don't have lactose intolerance? Well, it seems that even if we can tolerate dairy, our bodies might still be reacting to it in ways that affect our sleep. The scientists behind this study believe that gastrointestinal distress, in general, could be a key factor in triggering nightmares. As I pondered this idea, I found myself in a quaint little town, surrounded by charming ice cream shops and cafes. It's a place where the sweet aroma of waffle cones and chocolate wafts through the air, tempting us to indulge in a cool treat on a warm summer evening. But, perhaps, it's worth considering the potential consequences of that indulgence. So, the next time you reach for a scoop of your favorite ice cream before bed, remember, it might just come back to haunt you in your dreams. And who knows, maybe that's the universe's way of telling us to opt for a lighter, dairy-free dessert instead. We'll be right back with more fascinating travel adventures on Charles Travels. Welcome back to Charles Travels, my friends. As we continue our journey through the heart of America, I'd like to take you to a place where technology and tradition are blending together in fascinating ways. Today, we're heading to rural areas across the country, where an innovative initiative is changing the way people shop and do business. Imagine yourself in a small town, surrounded by quaint shops and bustling markets. The smell of fresh produce and baked goods wafts through the air, and the sound of friendly chatter fills your ears. This is the kind of place where everyone knows each other's names and community is at the heart of everyday life. But, as we explore this charming scene, you'll notice something new and exciting: the presence of e-wallets and digital payments. The Retail Digitalization Initiative, or REDI, is a groundbreaking program that's introducing digital-based business methods to traders in rural areas. The goal is to create a cashless society ecosystem that's convenient, efficient, and accessible to all. As I traveled through these communities, I met with local shopkeepers and artisans who are embracing this new technology with enthusiasm. One of the people I spoke with was a young entrepreneur named Sarah, who runs a small boutique in a rural town. She told me about how REDI has helped her reach more customers and streamline her sales process. "It's amazing to see how digital payments have opened up new opportunities for us," she said. "We can now sell our products to people all over the country, and even internationally." As I listened to Sarah's story, I couldn't help but think about the broader implications of this initiative. By bringing digital technology to rural areas, REDI is helping to bridge the gap between urban and rural communities. It's creating new economic opportunities, fostering innovation, and preserving the unique character of small-town America. As we explore this topic further, I'm reminded of the importance of balancing progress with tradition. As we adopt new technologies and ways of doing business, it's essential that we don't lose sight of the values and customs that make our communities strong. The REDI initiative is a great example of how this can be done. By combining the benefits of digital technology with the personal touch and community spirit that defines rural America. As we take a break from our journey, I invite you to reflect on the ways in which technology is shaping your own community. Are there initiatives like Ready that are bringing people together and creating new opportunities? How can we ensure that progress is inclusive and beneficial to all? Stay tuned for our final story of the day, right here on Charles Travels. Welcome back to Charles Travels. We're wrapping up today's episode with a somber story that has shaken a small college town in Idaho. You might recall the shocking murders of 4 university students back in 2022. The case sent shockwaves across the nation, and now it seems we have some closure. For those who might be unfamiliar, the victims were Kaylee Goncalves, Ethan Chapin, Zana Kernodle, and Madison Mogan, all roommates living off campus in Moscow, Idaho. They were tragically stabbed to death in their home, just days before Thanksgiving. The investigation that followed was extensive, with authorities collecting DNA evidence from a leather knife sheath found at the crime scene. Fast forward to today, and it appears that the accused, 30-year-old Brian Koberger, is expected to plead guilty as part of a deal with state prosecutors. This agreement would see him sentenced to life without parole, and in exchange, the death penalty would be taken off the table. The families of the victims have expressed their outrage and disappointment with this decision, feeling that it doesn't bring them the justice they had hoped for. As we reflect on this heartbreaking story, it's a stark reminder of the darkness that can exist in our world. It's a tragedy that has left a community scarred and a nation mourning. Our thoughts are with the families and loved ones of the victims, who will never get to see their children grow old or fulfill their dreams. That's all for today's Charles Travels. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, keep on traveling.